Okay, we're continuing in the laws of Lashon Hara, in the purity of having purity of speech. We know peace is one of the most important commodities in this world. Without it, our lives are lacking meaning. We have to have friends, family, society, impossible without having shalom. As the Pirkei Avot tells us, we have to be the students of Aaron Kohen. Love peace and pursue peace. And the question is, how does a person pursue peace? What do I have to do to make sure there's peace? So there's a beautiful thought that Rabbi Zino brings, is that we notice, how do we say, where do we mention peace in the Amidah? We mention it in Oseh Shalom. And what do you do when you say Oseh Shalom b'mamav in your Amidah? You take steps back. You take 3 steps back, and then you say Oseh Shalom. And what do we learn from this? That a person, to promote Shalom, to create Shalom, to be pursuing Shalom means that many times you'll have to take a step back. There always has to be one person who gives in. There always has to be one person that has to feel that they have to go and make Shalom. And the way to make Shalom is in order to make that happen, you have to take the steps back. You have to be giving in. You have to swallow your pride, and you have to make sure that you make peace with the other person. As many times we think that the person is against us. We think that the person is going to be, we have to show him who's boss, we have to put him in his place. And that's why the mashal we always say is that there's a mailman who delivers a letter, and let's say he delivers a letter from the IRS, Chas Shalom, a person owes a certain amount of taxes. So you open it and you see, I owe $20,000 in taxes, and you punch out the mailman. The mailman says, what did I do to you? Why are you punching me? Go fight with the IRS. That's how we have to view all of our situations, or all of the people that we have issues with. We have to view it as, he's just a messenger. I deserved, for whatever reason, to go through this, and he was just delivering the kapara that I had to go through. If a person will go and fight with somebody in his family, fight with somebody in the street, fight with someone in business, he has to realize that I deserve to go through this. It's not for no reason I'm going through this, and this person who's giving me this suffering is a messenger. Yes, okay, why did it have to be him? Another person, that's a different story, but the idea is, don't punch the mailman. Don't get upset at this guy. He's just a messenger for something you had to go through, and you deserved it anyways. And therefore, as we do Oseh Shalom, we take 3 steps back. So too in life, when we want to Oseh Shalom, we want to make peace, we have to swallow our pride, and we have to take a few steps back. We know that David HaMelech was zocheh to be the 4th leg of the holy throne of Hashem, the Kisei HaKavod. And how was he able to do that? The sages tell us, in the moment when he saw Shimei ben Gera cursing him out, and he decided not to kill him, his general told him, David HaMelech, let us kill him, he's going against the king. And David HaMelech said, it's okay, let him curse, because you know who's cursing? It's really Hashem who's cursing. He sent this messenger to be the person to curse me, let him live. Ended up being, he let him live, and who ended up coming out of Shimei ben Gera? Mordechai Tzaddik. So ended up being, if he would have taken it personal, he would have robbed us, he would have taken away from us the salvation of Mordechai Tzaddik. B'schut this, that he swallowed his pride, he made Oseh Shalom, we ended up being someone who brought Shalom to the entire Jewish nation, and with the entire world, which is Mordechai Tzaddik from the Purim story. So therefore you see the power of taking a step back and realizing it's all from Hashem. And therefore, there's a very big prohibition in the Torah that a person has to avoid, and that is, Lo tischa achicha b'levavecha, don't hate your brother in your heart. So how is a person not supposed to harbor hatred in his heart? A lot of times we have resentment against other people who did things against us. It's very difficult not to bear a grudge. Nonetheless, if the Torah expects it of us, it means it's possible. The Rambam gives us advice in Hilchot Deot. How does a person not ever have resentment against another person? He says, when someone wrongs you, instead of getting angry and talking Lashon Hara about him and making new insults against him, what should you do? You should let your anger subside. You should give it some time. And then at a different time, talk to him, confront him by calmly saying, I'm sure what you did was unintentional. What you said hurt me. What you did hurt me. Can you please, I want to hear your side. I want you to explain yourself. And I want to make peace. When a person does that, he's not letting the guy off the hook. He's telling the guy, you did something wrong, but at least he's calming it calmly, as opposed to in the heat of the moment, getting angry and yelling and causing it to further the argument. A person has to not keep it in his heart, not say nothing, then he'll have resentment in his heart and bear a grudge. You have to let it out. How do you let it out? The Rambam says you should confront him a different time, talk calmly, talk like 2 men, face to face, heart to heart, and say, listen, how do we fix this? I don't want to continue like this. I don't want to hate you in my heart. I hope you don't want to hate me in my heart. Let's say I'm sorry. Let's make up. and the person should be the bigger person. And that means the bigger person is, take a step back, swallow your pride, and be that bigger person. Reach out. And don't think that you're a big shot and you have to wait. I'm going to wait till he comes. He has to apologize to me. No. Anyone who has any argument, resentment between two people, any side can start the conversation. Even if you're the one who got hurt, you can tell the other guy, why did you hurt me? Why did you do this to me? Let's make peace. So therefore, a person has to make sure that to bring upon himself a tremendous bracha. The person has to go and out of his way to do this. And we know it's a big kapara. Whenever someone embarrasses you, someone insults you, someone does something wrong to you in front of others, it's the biggest kapara. You should say thank you. Thank God not on my car. Thank God not on my kids. Thank God not on my money. Embarrassment is such a powerful kapara that it saves you so many troubles. And that's why the Rav Chaim Volozhin, Shalom, he was walking with his brother, and two people came and they embarrassed them. They yelled at them for this. They were religious and Jewish, and they totally made a mockery out of them. And Rabbi Chaim Volozhin's brother was crying, and he said, "What? Are you crying? You really are crying? You really got what they said got to you?" He says, "No, I'm crying because I realized afterwards what a big kapara that was." And I wasn't happy in the moment. I should have been happy in the moment when they were making a mockery out of us. I let it slide, and I didn't utilize the opportunity to be joyful. And he says, I'm crying now how I got such a big kapara and I let that slide. Which means to say that a person who gets embarrassed, you should be in a way happy. Because what? You got saved from who knows what sickness, from who knows what loss of money, who knows what has something that should happen in our family that we should never hear, we should never know. But the fact is, you got to look at the situation with the Torah values, and that we'll be able to take a step back, realize this person is just a messenger, we're getting kapara, and we have to be like the Rambam says, don't hold it in your heart, confront them at a different time, and we should have Shalom Al Yisrael.